Have you ever felt like something big is about to happen in your life, but you just can't explain why? Sometimes Allah sends signs long before the blessing arrives. These signs aren't random. They are divine signals meant to prepare your heart, shift your focus, and strengthen your faith. Especially for a believing woman, these moments of quiet transformation often come just before a major gift from her Lord. In this video, we'll explore 7 powerful signs that Allah is about to bless you with something greater than you imagined. These aren't just theories. They are reflections grounded in Islamic wisdom and real-life spiritual experiences. If you've been feeling distant, tested, or even strangely peaceful lately, this message might be for you. Stay with us till the end and reflect deeply, because recognizing these signs could change the way you see your journey and the way you trust Allah's perfect timing. Sign 1. Her heart feels more connected to Allah. One of the most profound signs that Allah is preparing to bless a woman with something great is a deepening connection to Him that seems to arise almost naturally. She may find her heart suddenly drawn to acts of worship without being forced. The pull towards salah becomes stronger, not just as an obligation, but as a refuge. She begins to crave solitude for reflection, feeling at peace when engaging in dhikr or reading the Qur'an. These spiritual moments start to bring her comfort that worldly distractions never could. This connection often grows without external influence. Even when she's surrounded by chaos or facing trials, there's a calmness in her heart. She starts to notice how frequently she turns to Allah before anyone else. Her conversations with Him through supplication become more honest, more personal. This intimacy with her Creator isn't about perfection in faith. Rather, it's about sincerity, humility, and yearning. Such spiritual closeness is not just a coincidence, it's preparation. Allah draws her nearer to strengthen her, to ready her soul for the blessings ahead. When the heart turns sincerely to its Lord, it becomes capable of receiving and valuing what He is about to bestow. Sign 2. She experiences unexpected peace, even during hardships. Another powerful sign that Allah is preparing to bless a woman with something significant is the presence of inner peace during times when others might crumble. Even when life feels uncertain, when she faces delays, disappointments, or loss, she finds a surprising stillness within. This isn't the absence of emotion, but rather the presence of trust. Deep down, she senses that everything is unfolding according to divine wisdom. What makes this peace so extraordinary is that it doesn't always make logical sense. She may be facing financial struggles, health issues, or emotional pain, yet her heart feels anchored. It's as though Allah is whispering reassurance into her soul, reminding her that He is near. This tranquility is not something she creates on her own. It is a gift from the One who is preparing her for something far greater. She starts to notice that her reactions to challenges have matured. Instead of panicking or questioning Allah's plan, she responds with patience and prayer. This state of calm becomes a shield against negativity and despair. Allah grants this serenity as both a test and a blessing to elevate her spiritually and prepare her to handle the responsibility and growth that comes with the coming favor. Sign 3. Du'as start aligning with her destiny. When Allah is about to bless a woman with something big, her du'as begin to shift in a meaningful way. Without realizing it, she starts making specific prayers that mirror the very blessings Allah has already written for her. It's as if her heart is being guided to ask for what's on its way. These du'as often feel inspired, flowing naturally, deeply, and with a sense of conviction. She might notice that her supplications become more focused and sincere. What she asks for starts to feel more aligned with her deeper purpose, rather than fleeting desires. Sometimes she begins praying for things she never considered before, only to discover later that those very things were part of a greater plan. This isn't a coincidence. It's Allah softening her heart and tuning it to what He is preparing to give. In this phase, her reliance on Allah becomes clearer through her words. She no longer begs out of desperation, but from a place of trust and certainty. These heartfelt du'as are not just requests, they are signs of alignment between her soul and her destiny. Allah inspires the tongue to ask for what He intends to give, because He loves when His servant turns to Him in hope and trust. Sign 4. She feels tested, but these tests come with deep inner strength. A clear sign that Allah is preparing to bless a woman with something great is that she begins to face tests that challenge her patience, faith, and emotional resilience. These trials may come in the form of delays, heartbreak, rejection, or unexpected obstacles. But what sets this experience apart is the inner strength she discovers within herself, a strength she didn't know she had. Instead of feeling completely defeated, she finds herself enduring with quiet resolve. Each test, while painful, shapes her character and strengthens her reliance on Allah. She doesn't become bitter, she becomes wiser. These tests are not punishments, they are preparation. Allah is clearing her path, molding her heart, and polishing her soul to be capable of carrying a bigger blessing. She may cry, feel confused, or even question her circumstances, but she always finds her way back to sabr, patience, and tawakkul, trust in Allah. With every hardship, she learns valuable lessons that refine her perspective. Her priorities begin to shift, and her heart grows in clarity and focus. Through each challenge, she becomes more spiritually grounded. This resilience is a sign that her blessing is near, and that Allah is equipping her with the strength to receive it with grace and gratitude. Sign 5. Doors close, but only so better ones can open. One of the most misunderstood yet meaningful signs that Allah is about to bless a woman with something greater is the closing of doors she once hoped would open. Opportunities may slip away, relationships may end, or plans may unexpectedly fall apart. In the moment, it feels like loss, but in reality, it is divine protection and redirection. These closed doors often carry a wisdom that isn't visible right away. What she thought was meant for her may have hidden harm, or simply wasn't aligned with what Allah has planned. It takes faith to understand that rejection or delay is not failure, but mercy. Over time, she starts to notice how every closed path leads her to something better, more fulfilling, more peaceful, more aligned with her purpose. Rather than forcing outcomes, she learns to surrender. She begins to trust that when something leaves her life, it's making room for what truly belongs. This trust creates space for growth and makes her receptive to unexpected blessings. Allah removes what is lesser to prepare her for what is greater. These moments of closure are not ends. They are transitions towards something far more beautiful than she ever imagined. Sign 6. She is drawn more to salah, Qur'an, and dhikr. When Allah is preparing to grant a woman a significant blessing, He increases her closeness to acts of worship, especially salah, Qur'an, and dhikr. She begins to feel a deeper pull toward her prayer, no longer viewing it as routine, but as a lifeline. The moments she spends in sujood, prostration, feel more sacred, and her connection in salah becomes more heartfelt. These spiritual practices start to nourish her soul in ways the world never could. She finds comfort and guidance in the Qur'an. Verses she's heard many times before suddenly strike her heart with new meaning. It's as though Allah is speaking directly to her through His words, affirming her journey and giving her reassurance. Even when she's busy, she feels a need to return to the Qur'an, seeking clarity and peace. Dhikr becomes a part of her daily rhythm, on her tongue, in her thoughts, and in her heart. The remembrance of Allah calms her, refocuses her, and strengthens her spiritually. This increased devotion is not by accident, it is preparation. Allah is purifying her heart and building a stronger spiritual foundation so that she is ready to receive His favor with humility, gratitude, and wisdom. Sign 7. People may distance from her, but Allah pulls her closer. A subtle yet profound sign that Allah is preparing to bless a woman is when certain people begin to drift away from her life. This can be confusing and even painful at first. Friends may become distant, social circles may shrink, and the support she once relied on might fade. But this detachment isn't rejection, it's refinement. Allah is removing distractions, unnecessary influences, or even harmful connections to make space for a stronger bond with Him. In this solitude, she begins to recognize that true companionship and strength come from her relationship with her Creator. The silence left by others is filled with divine closeness. Her heart turns more inward, seeking peace not in people, but in presence with Allah. She starts valuing her own company and the stillness where sincere reflection happens. This process detaches her from dependency on others, teaching her self-worth and spiritual independence. The more others step back, the more she is pulled into divine nearness. Allah replaces worldly attachments with His presence, so she no longer feels alone, only surrounded by His mercy. This sacred isolation isn't loneliness, it's a divine retreat that often comes just before a major blessing, positioning her heart to receive it with full clarity and reliance on Him. Every test, every shift, and every moment of peace is a sign that Allah is working behind the scenes for your good. If you recognized even one of these signs in your life, know that something beautiful may be on its way. Trust His timing and remain steadfast. If this video touched your heart, like, share, and subscribe to Inner Deen for more soul-nourishing reminders. Before you go, drop this dua in the comments. Ya Allah, guide me, protect me, and bless me with what is best for me. Let's fill the comments with hope and barakah.